what United need, the recruitment in the last 18 months, they brought Rafael Varane, who's been a big asset at the back. They brought in Casemiro, who's transformed the midfield. Two players who, experienced, been around the block, have won things. I think they need a character like that up front, somebody that can just alleviate the pressure a little bit on Rashford and Martial and the young players that are coming through, because they've all got goals in them. But I think at times, and this is why Mourinho brought in Zlatan all those years ago, he felt that Martial and Rashford weren't quite ready to lead the line. I still think that applies, even 5 years on. I still think that at times they are both very fragile confidence players, and I think having a guy there's no Henrik Larssons anymore, unfortunately. When United signed Henrik Larsson on loan, that was a perfect signing. One of those would be brilliant. It's not going to happen, but they need somebody like that. Now, a name that I've heard mentioned is Benjamin Sesko at RB Salzburg, but it sounds like Leipzig have done a deal with Salzburg to get him in the end of the season. Now, whether a deal could be done to buy him out of that deal, who knows? But United haven't got money to spend, and the reason why is that the Glazers want to sell. Now, the Glazers aren't going to start spending lots of money in January because they might not be the owners by the end of the season. So they've got a difficult balancing act, the Glazers. They want to move the club on. They want to make sure it's a saleable asset, and it's got to be an attractive asset to whoever buys it. But equally, they don't want to be spending 50, 60 million pounds when they might be out of the door. So this is United's problem. They really do need, I know Janusz thinks they've got enough. I'm just not sure about the striker. I do think that at times they can let them down. I think when the pressure's on and with all the games coming up, I certainly wouldn't rely on Martial. I think he's had eight seasons now of promise but not really delivering. Rashford is getting a lot better. I think Ten Hag has made big improvements there. But he's got 18 months left in his contract. Is Rashford going to be there long term? Is he going to go in the summer because he won't agree a contract? So I just think United needs somebody up front to knit it all together, an experienced head who can just get them through to the end of the season, get them into the Champions League, and then that makes it so much easier to accelerate the improvements they've already seen under Ten Hag.
Yeah, because that's the interesting thing, isn't it? With Chelsea and United, you're pointing at the fact that both of these clubs really need to score more goals, really need to get a striker in. As for Ten Hag, he knows that he needs a replacement for Cristiano Ronaldo. But he's even said again today when he's been asked about Cody Gakpo that he thinks he has a strong enough squad. And he said, we will only replace if the right player is available. Is there any chance that they don't recruit in January, Mark? Yeah,
there is a chance. And that will worry a lot of Man United fans, but they won't just sign somebody for the sake of it. I think those days have gone. I think with Ed Woodward leaving his role as chief executive a year ago, those days have gone. Those days of making a late signing to appease the fans have gone. I think they've got a lot more sensible approach to that, the more strategic now. And I think, yes, they would like to bring somebody in, but they're not going to make... They've made so many bad signings over the last 10 years that I think they've learned a lesson that there's no point in making rash signings. You could argue that Cristiano Ronaldo was exactly that. He had a great season in terms of goals last year, but the long term, it disrupted everything, and it didn't end well. The players in the dressing room were glad to see the back of him. So United have got to make a player that is there for the next 4 or 5 years, as Janusz says, not a guy that's going to be a short-term fix. But if they can find a short-term fix that doesn't cost them any money, that is the way they're going to go.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.